Hey, what's going on, everyone? Just wanted to give a little update to social media on the progress and what's been happening. You guys may not see any content for the next little while because, as you can see behind me, if I can get some of that in the shot there, we actually had a flood. So the Category 2 Hurricane Dorian just ripped through the Maritimes in Canada. And unfortunately, it caused a lot of water, about 3 inches of water, to come up into our basement. As the story stands right now, we have no insurance coverage against however the water entered the basement. So everything that we're doing right now is kind of my own manpower, gracious neighbor who's been helping me through the process, and everything's out of pocket. So everything sat for about 3 days in, I would say, between 2 and 4 inches of water. We also lost power, so we didn't start the process of getting the water out completely until about 3 days had passed. So based on initial assessments, the drywall kind of all around this area will have to come up about 2 feet. Baseboards, I'm currently in the process of ripping up my floors. I had wood floors before, and now it's tile underneath that I have to rip up. This is unedited because I also lost my computer, so this is all coming from my phone, and I don't know how to switch to the front camera. So I'm just going to do my best to give you guys a little bit of an over the shoulder tour. So everything you can see here is everything that I considered salvageable at best. The tower speakers, which are over here, the MDF cabinets, are kind of all buggered up. They got soaked in water. We have some subwoofers here that all got soaked in water as well. TV, this guy you're probably familiar with if you do watch the YouTube channel at all. It was plugged into a power bar that was sitting on the floor that was submerged by the time that I found it. I try my best to get to everything in time, but I honestly haven't even had the balls to turn that on to see whether or not it works. Same thing with the computer. Trying my best to let it dry. It was completely submerged in water. It's right over here on this chair. It was literally dripping wet when I removed it. So yeah, just don't want to touch that right now. Down here as well, all of the floors have been ripped up. This was all carpet. In here, this is our bathroom. And whoo, almost fell. In here was storage, and this storage area is where we had actually a lot of personal belongings, a lot of keepsakes and things like that. Some stuff was on the floor, but unfortunately, what even wasn't on the floor that was elevated and kind of piled up, the water, because it sat for so long, actually crept up a lot of the bags that had cardboard, paper, or linens in them, and ended up kind of vertically soaking everything else. Other than that, we're also going to go into the laundry room. Washer dryer, Samsung washer dryer. These guys are beasts. Completely survived. Super happy about that. This was absolutely full of stuff. There was a couch. There was like a table and some stuff like that. That's all curbside right now. We've got some fans running to try to get some of the moisture out. Our bedroom in here, again, we had carpet in here. That's all been ripped out. Again, the walls will have to be kind of gutted from 2 feet down. Dressers, we're keeping those for now. I don't know how much longer they'll last. They're MDF-based IKEA dressers. So the feet of those have been completely soaked. They've already swelled to almost double size. So I'm not sure about that. And before we go inside, my stairs, bottom stair for sure, will probably have to go. And just gonna readjust here. Other than that, I mean, the stair tracks themselves and even the upper landing, because of all the water that we've been carrying out by buckets, by shop vac, and from just the wet stuff we've been carrying out, has definitely put a damper on those, and they'll probably need to be changed out. Here is some of the to-go pile. So electronics, different things like that. Carpet. We've got some wood flooring that all came up as well. So that's been what I've been doing for the last couple of days, last 2 days at least, really putting in a lot of work there. And we're gonna come around the front of the house and take a look at the other piles, stuff that we had tried to bring out and salvage the night of or the day before. Again, we didn't have power, so some of it sat for a little bit longer. So stuff that came out of the storage room, that is kind of considered salvageable, possibly. Down in here, we have all of this stuff as well. There's like some TVs, there's some office furniture, different things like that. So that, oh, my finger's in the way. Not like it matters. Can't edit this because I don't have a computer. But yeah, that's kind of where that stands right now. I'm gonna go back inside because I don't like talking to myself outside. But yeah, she's been a good, interesting 3 days. All of this took place on Saturday night. Insurance was declined. Doesn't matter how the water entered the house. It entered the house and it wrecked some stuff. So still just trying to purge, trying to do what I can to salvage what I can, and then start the rebuilding process any way that I can. I did have my drainage assessed. I'll take you guys over there as well. And I'm taking you guys on kind of a big old tour. You've only seen one room. You can't see in there, there's no light, but that's where both the water inlet and the water exit are. From what the plumber told me this morning when I had my lines inspected, lines are completely clean. The backflow valve just couldn't keep up. It looks like something might have plugged the outside drainage system that caused the water to enter. And instead of pacing around, I'm gonna go in front of this window here. So I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should try to contact the city to see what they can do, because it was like an outside water intrusion that came up through the pipes outside. I have made some phone calls. I'm waiting for Public Works to respond. I was told that I had to pay out of pocket to get the drainage assessed, which I've done, and they're supposed to be taking a look at their side. But it's where it stands. We've kept the kiddo out of school just because it's been a stressful time. We bunkered down with, like I said, some pretty awesome neighbors that housed us and fed us. Next step is going to be to replace some belongings in the fridge. Power's out for 3 days. Generators were running dehumidifier and shop vac when they could, so didn't do anything with the fridge. And the fridge and freezer lost all their contents as well. And where insurance isn't covering the basement, there's no point paying a deductible to try to replace what was in my fridge due to perils or act of God or whatever it may be. So we're trying to keep spirits up, keep spirits alive. It could be worse. We're all safe. We've got an entire upper level above us that's dry. We've got our power back. The kids have internet to keep them entertained. And this is my project. So gutting the floors, getting everything dry, and then going after the walls, going after the insulation before any mold or anything sets in. I've got bleach. I'm gonna try to bleach the studs. I don't know how long damage sets into studs before it's irreversible and they need to be replaced, but we're just trying our best to mitigate as much cost as possible, especially if it's going to be out of pocket. So little update for any vendors who had projects that were working with me. I believe I've emailed you already to let you know deadlines may not be met, reviews may not be done, and I don't know when I'll be back. Priority is the house and the family, not YouTube content creation, anything like that. I am posting on Twitter if you guys want to keep sort of track of what I'm doing as far as the repairs and how that's coming along. Again, you guys can see I've got some work cut out for me. And that's it. Any advice that you guys could give, any well wishes or anything like that, leave it down below. I mean, I don't know. I can't edit this. I can't. Creator Studio is going to be how I keep track of this. I hate asking for help. I don't know. A couple of people have said maybe start a GoFundMe. We're all safe. I mean, help would be nice, but I don't know if help is required right now. Let me know what you guys think, if I should reach out to anybody, or if I can reach out to anybody, or if there's any other avenues for support. For those curious about a disaster relief, there's nothing set up in New Brunswick. They just said stay posted to Facebook and social media and government websites to see if that is ever going to come to light. But that's pretty much it. I got to get back to it. Thanks for watching this weird unedited video, and just be safe out there and review your insurance policies, because wording is clever and not always in your favor. And things like this can happen, where I'd say you're left high and dry, but sometimes you're left in the water. So take care, and talk sometime.